predating all of this. In the same form we see at the end of Path of Pain. This means that in one way or another, we have rid him of something that caused him to grow to this size. Is that thing we rid him of while beating him in pure vessel form and unlocking the radiance exactly what was his undoing? Perhaps being raised to prime form did not mean being grown, but rather being trained and brought up, not necessarily grown up. And that's why the other vessels aren't grown. This is why our knight doesn't grow. And this is why when we beat him in the pure vessel form, he is again himself. We have rid him of this idea. We have cured him in a sense. The same way that we can wake up Bretta and we can wake up Sly from the infection, what if this idea that was instilled has now been erased? We have shown him in his pure form that he is not the Hollow Knight. And that would get that idea gone really fucking quick, wouldn't it? Something interesting to also note is if we've shown him he is not the pure form and we assume that we are the pure form, we would have no will to break, and we already know we do have a will. But we also know we're something more. So what I want to know from you guys is, why does the knight appear again in his memory form, if we'll call it that? Why does he appear the same way that we see him in the birthplace memory, that we see him in... Oh shit, my boy's online. Why do we see him the same way that he is in the birthplace memory, that he is in the Path of Pain memory? Why does he revert after being beat as pure vessel? What is the catalyst that changes that? And I have not drawn a conclusion yet, and I want you guys to try and do so and let me know what you think. Because this is one of those things I'm going to be looking into, I promise you that. We're going to figure this one out because it's something I want to know, and it's something that I kind of just passed off the first time I did it because I guess I wasn't thinking. I was so excited that I beat the pure vessel that I was just super happy I'd done it. I mean, I had to practice that fucking fight in Hall of Gods for only God knows how long. But I beat him and I was super happy, and I didn't pay attention to that detail. And then I started thinking about it as I was drawing these conclusions for this write-up, and that's a huge detail. What would cause him to do this? Is that a memory? Is that not real? I've given you guys, it was the Fury of the Fallen write-up, where perhaps Hollow Nest is caught in a cycle, and that's how all of the endings are canonical. Perhaps there are multiple lines where Fury of the Fallen was an altered form of Shadelord. The eyes match. Go and count the eyes, look at the eyes. It's the only characters in the game with that amount of eyes and in that pattern. And it also is only activated when we are at 1 health, when Void is literally pouring out of us. It's activated by the Void because it is a charm made of those lingering regrets from the Void. It's a failed version of us. And there's a lot of questions that go into this, but we also have to ask ourselves, why? Why is the Hollow Knight like this? And then we have to take a look at ourselves. And when we die in a Pantheon or the Hall of Gods, something unique happens that only happens one other place in the game. And by one other place, I mean the actual place. It happens multiple times, but one place. We don't leave a shade. Instead, we wake up outside of the Pantheon or outside of the statue, and when we die, we erupt into essence. So are we a dream? we don't wake up outside of Godseeker. This is supposed to be Godseeker's home, and every time we have fought a dream boss, we wake up outside of that dream boss's body, outside of them, but not in this instance. And when the pure vessel reverts back, is that a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream? Inception, bitch. But something is going on here. Hollow Knight is strong enough to get the infection out with dying to pure Nail. So if that's the case, and I kind of lean towards this, perhaps our pure vessel isn't as pure as we're led to believe in this spot. And we've seen that again, and we can draw that parallel, because even the Pale King thought the Hollow Knight was hollow, and then the idea was instilled, and we find out he's not hollow, and the shell cracks, and the radiance is inside of him and bound. But it doesn't stay there because of an idea instilled. So he wasn't hollow. So what if pure vessel is not hollow? What if by beating him, we've actually knocked the fucking radiance out of that asshole, and that's why he reverts? But there's something more here. Why does he do it? And that's the question I'm going to pose to you guys, because I want to know. I want to know what you think, and this one was really interesting to me, because where I'm doing the research for the Nailmaster, the Nailsmith, Nail Sage, I ran into a bigger fucking question that I didn't anticipate reaching. But from these four, the four pantheons, we now have our last parallel we can draw. And if we take it all at face value, we can see something pretty fucking startling. And Patreons, let me tell you right now, this is probably the next one coming out. You guys will probably have it next week. But what I'm getting ready to say, we've been over. But that write-up is coming, guys. Again, I apologize for the delay in it. My Patreons get a new look deeper about every week is the goal. I've been a little slacking as of late. So Patreons, bear with me. I promise you I will get you those as fast as I can. But again, we get to draw parallels here from those pantheons. And at the top of every pantheon, we have had that clear example that they're not infected. We're not going to kill them. Y'all see where this is going? Y'all see where the fuck this is going? And then we ascend straight up to the motherfucking Pantheon of Hallownest. And then we all turned off the fucking game and quit. And we watched a live stream of Matthew Beloff beat it so that we could all fucking rejoice. Because we all got to Absrad, and Absrad kicked our fucking ass. But we've got to see something here. This isn't the Radiance. This isn't who we beat before. This is fucking Absolute. And why would they change that fucking name? Why would they make sure that we knew all four before her were not infected? Why would they let us know that we were not going to kill all four before her when we can draw those parallels? We watched Shadelord rip her the fuck open. Bitch splits her. But is that death? And that's the question that we've got to really look into. Can we actually kill the Radiance? I spoke about last time in my write-up that Godseeker knows about Radiance, knows about the absolute Radiance, and is not infected. The seer knows about a radiance. Perhaps it is the absolute radiance she knows about. And again, we get to see that this is not the form of the infection. But can we kill the radiance? Because the radiance's only fear is to be forgotten. And if she's forgotten, she dies. But we know at the top of Hallownest, as far up as we can go on those crystal mines, her statue stands. And where there's statue, there's history. So will she ever truly be forgotten? Will she ever truly die? Can we ever truly win this fight? Guys, I appreciate you joining me. I love doing these, guys. These are really fun. We're going to try and get back on track, and we're going to try and do these. And I know we haven't left track here, but next week we're going to try and get on track on the page as well. I am going to leave you with those questions, though. You know, why? Why does Pure Vessel revert back to his memory form? Why do we have those parallels drawn between all of the pantheons just to find out at the end that we killed the Radiance, the Absolute Radiance, and why is that name changed? Why are all of these things shown to us through our Nailmasters, through our Nail Sage? Why does the Nail Sage know about the God of Gods? It's literally in the prayer to him. Why? Why are these things occurring all in Godseeker's mind, yet when we die, we don't wake up outside of Godseeker? Are we ourselves a memory as we erupt into essence? Like I said, that only happens in one place, and I never really said that place, and that place is the dream world. We know the bosses are in it. If you die in the dream world when the dreamers trap you there, you do the same thing. What is Godhome? And these are all questions I found out while researching the Nailsmiths guy, or the Nailmasters guys. Like, you guys wanted the Nailmasters, and I feel like we have covered them, but they led me into more questions that I had to pose with them. Because without researching them and without trying to look deeper into them, I probably would have never guessed these. And I think the Xbox just turned off behind me because now there's a blue glow. Sweet, it's been idle too long. So that is where we're going to wrap this up. I really do want you to comment down below because, you know, I go back, I read all of those things. I make sure I answer you guys. I want you guys to tell me what you think. Guys, fucking stay safe. The world is crazy right now. I'm not even going to talk about politics. Obviously, I've been gone. If you want to know where I've been, we can get into that somewhere else. Not here, but I do want you all to stay safe. Stay healthy and check in on people, guys. Like, shit's rough right now. I want to see all of you back here, and I don't want anything to happen to you, okay? So let me know what you think in the comments. I will be down there in just a bit to start answering questions. I want to have that conversation as to what all of this means. If you want to know more about Esme, if you want to know about the Nailmasters' hidden story, their untold story, please jump over to the Look Deeper page. In my personal opinion, that was my favorite write-up. It was probably one of my best, again, in my opinion, if not the best. Look Deeper, and it is definitely worth a read. I check that page every day, guys. I try and answer all of your questions there as well. Jump over there, show me some love. Let me know what you think about that theory, and have a fucking great night, guys. Now, go jerk off the bugs like you're supposed to. I love you guys.